Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back with me Suki. In this video, we will be discussing about research projects from the book Doing Your Research Project. This chapter is very important because it introduces various research projects in the social science along with their strengths, weaknesses, and ethics. There are several types of research projects here, namely, the first is action research. Do you know what is action research? Action research is conducted to improve real practice. Researchers are usually practitioners, such as teachers who want to improve their teaching methods. The process is cyclical, such as planning, action, observation, then reflection. The advantage of this research is that it results in immediate, tangible change. However, the challenge is when the evidence demands major change that not all parties agree. Therefore, ethics such as permission, confidentiality, and participants' consent are very important. And then the second is case study. Case studies are suitable when we want to explore a case, such as a new school policy or innovation in an organization. The techniques can be interviews, observation, or documentation. The advantage is that it provides an in-depth picture, and then the disadvantage is that it's difficult to generalize. Therefore, Bessel introduced the concept of relatability, which means that the results of the study can be related to similar contexts, although it does not apply to all situations. And then the third is survey. Survey focus on gathering information from a representative sample of the population. The questions are usually what, who, where, and how. The biggest example is a census. The advantages are that it's fast, cheap, and can reach a lot of people. However, the disadvantage is that it's difficult to answer why questions are proof cause and effect relationship. And then the fourth is experimental style. The experimental approach is used to test cause and effect relationship. For example, by comparing an experiment group and a control group, if the design is good, experiments can provide strong causal evidence. But in social science, many factors are difficult to control. In addition, experiments can be expensive and raise ethical issues because humans are treated as object of experimentations. And then the fifth is ethnography. Ethnography is field research that emphasizes understanding the culture and daily life of a group. The researchers is directly involved as a participant observes. The advantage is that the researchers can see motivation and meanings from an insider's perspective. The challenges of this research are that it takes a long time, difficult access, and representativity issue. And then the sixth is grounded theory. Grounded theory was developed by Glasser and Strauss. The goal is to build a theory directly from field data. The process is iterative, such as collecting data, analyzing, comparing, then developing categories until there are no new findings, theoretical situations. The advantage is that the theory is very relevant to reality. However, the process of analysis is complex and it is sometimes difficult to determine when to stop. And then the last is narrative inquiry. Narrative inquiry uses stories as research data. It can be autobiographies, life stories, or participant personal stories. The advantages are The aids give participants a voice and showcases rich personal experiences, or they can tell stories in their own style and perspective, rather than being forced to follow a questionnaire. But the challenge is to build trust. Participants must feel comfortable first before they are willing to open up. If the researcher is not trust, they may only tell half story or even close themselves. Maintain ethics because stories are usually very personal. For example, a student researched the experience of honorary teachers. She asked the teacher to tell her life journey. The teacher shared a bitter story for economic hardship. This data is very valuable, but the research must be careful not to reveal the teacher's identity or even her in public. So, we can conclude that there is no one right approach for all research. Each method, from action research to narrative inquiry, has its own advantages and limitations. It is the researcher's job to choose the method that best suits to the objectives, researchers, and ethics of the research. By understanding these different approaches, we can design more appropriate, meaningful, and useful research. Maybe that's all for me, and let's I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.